Good morning, everybody. How is everyone this morning? Katie Ann, Kitchenette, excuse me. How are you?
Yeah. I'm doing okay. I've had a back injury for about a week now, so I'm in bed today. That's about all I can do. Um, yeah, but I'm very happy about the weather. It's very fall here. The fall vibes are it is hooing around.
Oh,
And my drive, I was driving back from Michigan and I literally got into Pennsylvania and immediately, I don't know what it is about Pennsylvania air, but immediately the trees were starting to change and it was stunning for like the sunset part of my drive. It
oh,
was
gorgeous.
stunning. So
Fantastic.
it was
Well,
lovely.
I'm very sorry to hear about your back injury, but it is very relevant to today's topic because you guys, my draft has been turned in and it's my turn to host the stream, which means I no longer have my draft as an excuse to not do a Sprints and Shop Talk. So we're doing a Sprints and Shop Talk today. We are going to be down a Stieg and we are currently down a Devacia, but with an expectation of her imminent arrival. I don't know if imminent is the right word, but at some point in arrival. And so we're doing a Sprints and Shop Talk, which if this is your first one since you've joined the community, because it's been a while since I've done one, usually in the past, the tradition of me hosting the stream has been that I pick a topic that's relevant-ish to writing, sometimes not at all, and then I moderate a Q&A-ish kind of session between my co-hosts and everybody in the chat. So any questions that are asked today are not just questions for Katie Ann and Devacia, they're questions for the chat, and I'll go through the comments and address and talk through them. And today's topic is how writers do and don't take care of ourselves. Now, we've done a self-care topic before, but that I think was more focused on mental health. And because of Katie's injury and my own injury, I felt like today was not important, but just it was topical to discuss the physical toll that writing takes on the body and not the best ways, because I don't know the best way, but what are ways that ways we've injured ourselves, and B, ways we've taken care of ourselves or faced that injury or addressed, et cetera, et cetera. So, but we'll get into the first Sprints and Shop Talk questions after the first sprint. We are going to do chonky-ish sprints. I'm thinking 30s. Is that chill?
That works for me.
Okay.
How's your injury doing, Madame?
She's doing decently. I definitely think I'm on the road to recovery. I was we can save that for the Shop Talk portion of it. But yes, I am on the road to recovery is how I'm going to phrase it. But I've also gotten some really fun gadgets that I want to show people, and I'll do a little preview of one of them, but I'll talk about it more in depth soon. But what was that? Oh, and look at who we have imminently. Oh, well, I'm going to let our imminent arrival add herself when she is ready to be added. So, okay, I got a thumbs up. Okay, yeah, because she went immediately camera off. So I'm assuming she wasn't ready to be added. So I'm going to let her add herself. But Katie, and just at the top of all of this, before we get into the first sprint, do you have anything that you want to discuss today? What are you going to be working on today during your sprints? That's my question.
So, very excitingly, I got some not admin. I'm just going to tell people because otherwise people are going to speculate out the yin yang. Okay. I am getting some character art commissioned for multiple things, and I got a couple of people responding that I've sent out inquiries. So I'm going to respond to those and be like, hell yeah, let's do it. So sorry, everyone. Every artist is like fully booked for the rest of the year. So all of this character art is going to be 2026 character art. Like y'all are not going to be seeing the finished product for quite a while for some of them. But I'm super excited because I spent a lot of time looking at artists, figuring out which ones would go with certain things. And things are starting to, at the very least, I'm getting on schedules because some of my favorite artists, they've had their commissions closed for a very long time. And I was like, yep.
That Grape's commentary right now, Kitchenette.
I don't know where that came from, Grape. That's what we were discussing backstage, was where the fuck that came from. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. I also have some work to do that that I've been trying to do outlines to work on. But I think for actually the first sprint, I'm going to be reading because I'm trying to do some more reading. I did finish the nonfiction writing craft book that I was reading. I've been reading for the past like 2 months, which is In Writing by Hattie Criswell. Absolutely loved it. I think I'm going to be doing, because the conceit of that book really quickly is that she's a podcaster and also writer who interviewed like 55 writers with 10 different questions related to writing. And then she put them all together and like formatted them in the book. And so I think this is, whatever. I'm going to be answering those questions in my newsletter. So I'm also going to be doing some newsletter stuff.
I love that.
While also promoting this book, because I really think, honestly, like it is such a good book. I think so, like there's so much good, like it really shows the broad depth of writers and how we relate to stuff, but also at the same time, at our core, all writers are the same. Like it's so good. I loved it. I love that book. So I'm going to be talking about that in my newsletter anyway. So I'm going to start thinking about that. But for the first part, I'm going to be reading, which I'm reading this one, which is called Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. And look at this stunning, cute cover.
D&D book?
I don't know. Okay. Kind of. It has a D&D feel. It's not like specifically like D&D like the brand kind of thing. Like this isn't like a campaign. But it has paladins, which are D&D related. But this is truly my first foray into actually cozy fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, keep me
I really think you'd like this book, Wallace. I have no doubt. I'm only 59 pages in, and I think you would love this. Like, it is so... The characters are slightly older. He's a paladin, and his god... The first chapter, this is not a spoiler, the first chapter, his god dies. And so he is left bereft. Yeah. And he's like, he goes... Him and his fellow paladins. What?
Sorry, I just had a Taylor Swift lyric pop into my head. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And so he and his fellow paladins go berserk because his god is dead and his god is not there to help him. And basically 3 years pass, or he like comes out of the berserking. 3 years pass.
Sorry, everybody. I jumped the gun. Sorry.
3 years pass. He now is like bereft and stuff, but he's working with another god's servants to like be a bodyguard for them basically. And he is walking along, and he gets this woman throws herself into his arms and is like, please save me, please help me. And so they have that scene where they're in an alleyway and they like pretend to have sex to like get the people that's chasing her away. Like they're like,
Is it romance too?
It is romance. They're not actually having sex.
No, I know, but like but it's cozy fantasy, but also it's romance.
Yes. And so obviously those people leave, and she like gets off and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like and then so she explains, and she's a perfumer.
Okay, fine.
And then, so they go their separate ways, and they have this really cute, I love this one part where she's working on her perfumes, and she's thinking about what he smells like and how she's so attracted to him because of how he smells. She's like, I can't even really remember what he looked like, but like his smell was so interesting. He smelled like gingerbread. Why would a paladin smell like gingerbread? Like it's so cute. It's cozy fantasy romance. They're adorable. I'm really loving it. I'm literally only 59 pages in, so I can't say anything else about it, but like the writing is really good. And it feels like something you would really like, Wallace. So anyway.
Thank you. I'll put it on my list. Thank you. I am currently listening to the Wuthering Heights audiobook because there's been so much discourse about it. And I'm like, I would like to have an opinion. And so I've been seeing a lot of, and I am one of those conspiracy theorists that thinks the movie is not actually a true adaptation of Wuthering Heights. It's like a Pride and Prejudice and Zombies vibes, where it's like taking the source material and it's doing something different. But I have never read it, so I was like, I feel like I need to.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I know, but whatever. I think I'm.
How do you feel about it?
Where so far, Girly Pop, I've listened to the introduction by some scholar, a Bronte scholar, and I've listened to the first 5 minutes because, you guys, this is, in terms of apocalypse recovery, I listened to the Project Hail Mary audiobook, which I don't know if you guys know the concept of that book, but that was massive that I finished it. Because I had started it And the beginning of the book, it's all amnesia. And I'm not going to do any spoilers, everybody. So just chill. Or not chill, but like be relaxed. I'm not going to spoil the book.
Relax.
But about 10% of the way in, I realized this was not a book I could listen to anymore. And then but when I was done with my book, I was like, I really want a palate cleanser book so I can get into reading fall, cozy, fun books. But that isn't itself a fall, cozy, fun book. And so I was like, I'm going to go back and finish Project Hail Mary. And I finished it and I was fine. I mean, like I sobbed and sobbed because it's I really enjoyed it. But like, it was such a cathartic experience. And anyway, but now I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah. So isn't that great? I'm so proud of myself. And yeah, also, and Grape, I do want to get to you as well. But I was teasing something in the cafe the other day, and I do want to say that unfortunately I won't be able to talk about it today on stream. Tomorrow, though, but I do want people to. Well, I think it's super exciting, but I also don't want to like over complicate people's expectations. But I think it's really exciting. So anyway, so that all.
What was that?
Mr. Worldwide.
That's a hint. That's a hint.
Oh, that's a good hint, actually. Tia, I need people to bring in their expectations. But that's my thing is that this is actually like, it was something I was not expecting, but I've realized it's actually quite a big deal. And so this is not.
No movies yet.
Oh, can I state something for the people today?
Yes.
Your girlie earned out on her release day last year. I earned out long ago. Actually, I earned out before my release day. Thank you. Thank you. So I can talk about my foreign books. I have Poland, Italy, Germany, and Russia and Ukrainian versions of the book. Those are all of the foreign deals that have happened.
The German edition just came out recently, right?
The German edition did just come out, Devasia. It came out last week, in fact. And now we're teetering on some information. So I think we can move on from there. Devasia, how are you doing?
I'm just, relaying the message for our German people.
Yes.
So that they can buy it in their language.
You can buy it. You can buy it. But Devasia, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I had a very restful night's sleep. Yeah. I had a weird dream that I can't remember, but it's like on the precipice. So I'm like trying to grab it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is with the troublemakers having weird dreams lately?
Oh, yeah.
We've been having weird dreams lately. I
have not told Estelle about the dream I had last night, and she is here with me in this apartment. During this, I'm gonna have to tell her about that dream.
You have to tell her.
You have to tell me too. I want to know.
I voice messaged about Chasers. It's that 3-minute voice message I loved. That it's like it was Just listen to it on 2.5 speed. You'll get it. But yeah,
it's so funny.
It's pretty ridiculous, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, what
Just
do you think?
Play Estelle the voice memo, because that truly was cinematic art. That voice memo.
That voice memo was.
Just play Estelle the voice memo.
My voice memo. Okay, sure. I'll do that. Devasia, what are you gonna be working on today? Sorry.
I'm Katie. Did you finish your reread of your book?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna be reading Katie's book.
Nice.
I've been trying to read it, but I've had a really busy work week, and so I've just been dead on my feet when I get home. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Also, context for Kitchenette. Do you not remember last time we were hanging out? I was like, I literally can't read because I looked over and I thought your name, it said Kite Am, but I thought it said Kitchenette.
I thought that's what it had to be.
I don't remember you changing your name to Kitchenette though. I was cracking up.
That's why I said Wallace. I was like, I don't know. Someone probably thought my name was Kitchenette, and so I changed it for the bit.
Yeah.
So. That's me.
Anyway.
All right, people, are we?
Miss Mel, what are you going to work on since you no longer have a book to do?
I know. So I'm gonna spend time with my sister. But
Tell her I said hi.
I will. She's currently watching, I believe. So she.
Hi,
Hi.
Estelle, Lily.
Love you, miss you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Worst heart hands ever.
But my amazing,
Hard to keep her
wonderful,
fingers.
incredible sister brought me presents because she's amazing. So she brought me all of these like fall treats from Williams Sonoma, but then she also brought me these like watercolor activity books. Oh, I can't really look
Ooh,
at
that's
Cute.
but this one's all Halloween vibes, and then this one's all fall vibes, autumn vibes, excuse me. So I think what I'm going to do is right now I made her breakfast before the stream started, and we've got like this really nice soundscape playing out on the TV and stuff. And so I'm going to go out during the sprint, have my coffee with her, chat, flip through this book, just have like a peaceful initial sprint. But then I'm going to make a strategy because we do have stuff that we have to get done today. And so I think that's what this first sprint is going to be for me.
Are you wearing an apron or are those overalls?
I am wearing an apron because I cooked breakfast and then we were like taking our first bites of breakfast and I was like, oh, the stream. So, yeah. All right.
Also, how's your wrist? Sorry. How's your wrist?
It's doing well. We're on the road to improvement, but since that is the subject of today's Sprints and Shop Talk, we can discuss it more during the first discussion point, if that's amenable to everybody.
Gotcha.
All right. Is everybody ready for a 29:59?
Woo.
Woo! Happy sprinting.
Yeah!
I'm loving the like dog attack that's happening. Also, I don't know what happened. Grape was here and then just immediately disappeared. Look at those puppies. Look at those.
The angle.
Look at the babies.
Yeah, no. Again. Man, where'd you go?
How was that? Oh, I was gonna say, how was that sprint for you? And I realized I forgot to tell my sister about the dream. Oh.
No.
Anyway, next sprint. How was that for you? I'm gonna eat a piece
It
of mango.
was good. I read 2 chapters and then of course went and got the hooligans and a coffee. So
Nice. I finished my breakfast, finished my coffee. I guess I didn't finish my breakfast. I'm now having second breakfast, Hobbit breakfast, because I'm having a low fruit
breakfast
that I've made for myself.
Nice.
And I chatted with my sister. I wrote out my to-do list for the day. We talked about fun fall stuff. It's been a lovely morning, really. Oh, and she has returned. I'm going to let
the studio.
Devesh, I'm going to let you add yourself to the stream when you are ready. All right. So let me go and say hello. I do want to say everybody who is hyping me up over the fact that I earned out last year. Thank you. I didn't mean to ignore all of that hype. I was trying to stay on schedule. Sorry. September 4th, but I already had it on the 2nd. Employee. Well, we have it now. Oh, about my German book. Yeah, that was funny. Wendy says, I stayed up late watching Kari Can Read go through ACOTAR because I would probably never read it. So then my dreams were all fantasy. Oh, actually, that's kind of fun. Amanda says, I got a few work ads to finish, hoping to finish one on this first sprint. Let us know how you did, Amanda. Also, hi. I realized I didn't say hi to the people who are here. My apologies. Hello, everybody who's here. Hello. This is sad. I don't have like a little vlog to do a hello vlog with. That's good. Paris says, I'm going to be proofreading a client's book during the first sprint and then working on my LitFit book for the rest of the sprint. Hi, Paris. First of all, hello. And
Bonjour.
Yeah. Bonjour. Well, school has the spirit. Hello, hello. Just finished proofreading a chapter for the client's manuscript, and now I'm going to make lunch. Be back soon. Excellent. Nicely done. Everybody was super happy to see the puppers. Literally, just got back from my walk. Timing is perfect. Very nice job, Froggy. JK says, hello, everyone. I'll be working on chapter 14 of my pastry chef Arrivals to Lovers novel, Project Sugar and Spice, and there's drama in this one. Adorable. No, I've not shared the unicorn thing. I cannot share until tomorrow. And I don't know if unicorn is the right philosophical emoji choice. It's very exciting, but I don't know if it's unicorn. So tomorrow all shall be revealed. Despite having finished preparing breakfast while still wearing the apron. Hey, you know what? Sometimes it's a vibe. Wait, do people not like the apron? Should I take the apron
No, I
off?
think it's cute. I was actually thinking it was cute.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to start wearing it even harder now. Now it's just part of my outfit for the day. Wednesdays are currently my edit fanfic day, so that's what I worked on. Oh, fantastic. Devesha, how did that sprint go for you, my dear?
Well, I wrote down an idea that I had for my own story. That I did some daily tasks. I made up my bed and such and such. And I don't know why the internet went out, because I looked over and the timer's at 10 minutes left, and then I look back and it's StreamYard, try again.
Yeah, you literally disappeared right as the sprint ended. It was kind of funny. Like there were 3 of us and they were just gone.
Anyways, yep.
Amanda got distracted, got coffee, and now I'm on the last 2 pages of this ad. It sounds like everybody's a really productive sprint.
Should I make coffee, guys?
Yes. If that's what you're urging towards. Jessica said it the entire time, but now I want to play games, specifically Talia, which got an update recently, yesterday, today, and I'm hyped for it. Ooh, I do want to play The Sims, but I'm going to hold off. I've got a big day today. I have been playing some without you guys because I put the call out and have had not responses, and so I have not.
Did you at me?
What?
Did you at me?
I think no, I didn't. I just put messages in group chats. But I have not completed a collection yet. So, other than the one you. I cannot.
Is that a strawberry? What is that?
It's a strawberry.
Oh, okay. It just looks kind of weirdly shaped.
Well, it's because it was flat. It's this. There you go. Proof. Strawberry proof. It's cut in half. Wow. Hold on. I'm gonna retaliate with. And also,
what happened to? I don't like that one.
that one. Yeah, that's what you get to do. I'm telling the police on you.
Okay.
Did you just say gay? I heard gay.
No, it's
Okay.
okay.
Oh my god, what is this? A little notes section? Can you guys see that?
StreamYard.
StreamYard gave Katie a soundboard. Yeah. So just in case you guys are all listening, I said I need everybody to mitigate expectations because this is what we discovered after the stream last week was that StreamYard updated and we had a soundboard now and Katie started adding all these out-of-pocket sounds. And that's what she was talking about in the cafe when she's like, you guys don't know what we've got planned. And then everybody was like, film rights. We were like, no. That's why I said I'm begging people to lower their expectations. So yeah, that's what's happened. Yeah, so now we're gonna be even bigger menaces. Hope that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Are people, I don't know where Katie went, but are people ready for the first Prince and Shoptalk question?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to put you in the hot seat then, Devesha. And as a reminder for everybody in the comments, this is also a... Yeah, well, I've tried, you guys. Expectations should have been dirt level low. This is so funny. Katie, I don't know if you were hearing any of this, but people are, yeah. Expectations should have been dirt level low. I love this as a turn of events. This is so good. I think people are.
I told y'all to keep your expectations low.
We really tried, and as
this is valid, Wendy. This is valid.
You just have to let us know if it's troublemaker stuff and not author. That is valid. And as it just so happens, in the interim, something author career has occurred, and so now we do have some stuff. But yeah, we have a soundboard now, guys. This is honestly what we deserve. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh. It's gonna be such menaces.
Have you played up my favorite one?
What is your favorite one?
Not been occasion for that. The backstory.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
I haven't really been. I mean, I have been chit chatting a lot, but not to the point where it's become excessive. So yeah, you can play that one if you want, and we can just tell people the context, or you can wait for it. You can
wait for a moment.
Okay.
That's what we've really been doing. And we and Walsh were talking about this, and I was like, I want to wait for Devesha to be here to show off the soundboard. So
yeah, we didn't use it at all.
There's so many back here, and we haven't even shown you guys a fraction of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you have suggestions for things to add to the soundboard, let me know.
We do want to we want the soundboard to be separate from our meme reaction. So we're not going to do there's not going to be a video, you stupid slut. That's not going to be a soundboard.
That one's also slightly too long. They have to be really short. The Lil Jon and Pitbull ones work because they're so short.
Yeah.
They don't take much time. They're very unintrusive.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a bunny joining us again.
This is literally hilarious. We should have started digging to make our expectations even lower. Yeah, so we're not going to do, because we want to keep those separate. We want our bits to be compartmentalized. We want the soundboard to be very
funky fresh.
Soundboard feels very full circle for y'all, if I remember correctly. Why?
That's a good one, Miranda.
Oh, that took me a second. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Katie, you were gone, so I was prepping Devesha to go first. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Okay. She's muted because her dogs are barking anyway. So Devesha, what are habits you have?
Just standing on your bed.
What are habits you have as a writer that lead to injury or discomfort, and how do you address them, or how do you wish to address them?
Habits that I have. Okay, I would say the main habit that leads to maybe not injury, but definitely discomfort is the like, I don't know, internal feeling of being only able to write at night. Therefore, I'm not sleeping because I'm writing late into the night. Therefore, I'm cranky as shit the next day, and I hate my life.
Okay. And yeah, I was going to say, what do you think is the result of that habit? And you think it leads to just general mood disorder?
Yeah. Yep. As a result, I'm just. You know what? It's kind of like a self-perpetuating cycle.
Okay.
Where I'm like, I'm up into the night writing, and then if I have the day off the next day, I'm sleeping later. Therefore, I'm going to sleep even later, and it just kind of repeats itself.
Yeah.
But if I have to work the next day, then it's like, I've gotten 3 hours of sleep. I have to go, do an opening shift, and then I'm like dead on my feet at the end of the day, and then I don't want to write when I get home after work.
Yeah.
That cycle continues.
And what is the effect of this on your actual creativity as well? Not just like your general mood, but your creativity.
Oh, I'm sure it's not good at all. It's terrible, in fact. Right. Yeah. Because for a long time, I haven't been able to focus my creative energy into like one thing entirely. And so I think maybe the ripple effect of, the way I've been writing is that I'm like disjointed in what I want to write. So like,
Yeah, I do.
I've got no focus.
How do you think you slipped into that habit? Do you think that's how you've always been, or was it something that you slipped into?
I think it's how I've always been, but during the pandemic, I didn't have anywhere to go, so it was fine.
Yeah.
And then I got a job, and then it was not fine. So I don't know how to be any other way, though, because I feel like I come alive in the night.
Ooh, that's such a good visual of it. That is interesting. And like, what is your time period of that invigoration, like timeline in the day?
In the day, it's like between 11 p.m. to like 3 a.m.
Okay. When the moon is up. Sorry, that's a quote from Twitches. Sorry. Sorry. I always be quoting Twitches. Anyway, I'm sorry, I have to go on a tangent about this because so in Twitches, the sisters are like the sun and the moon. And the idea is that the one sister is most powerful when the sun is up, and the other sister is most powerful at night when the moon is up. And she says like between the hours of 11 and 3 a.m. And she goes, when the moon is up. And I'm like, girly, throughout the month, the moon is up at different times. Thank you very much. Like there are some days where the moon is up exactly at the same time as the sun, and that's when it's a new moon. So anyway, I just, as an astronomer, I was a little like, anyway. No. So next time you all watch Twitches, because I know it's on everybody's annual rewatch list, just like it is mine, you can keep that in mind. Ooh, my internet's going out. Hold on. I'm gonna switch over to my extension. I might disappear. Give me a second.
Okay.
You guys talk about
another habit, I think, I like write in bed a lot, and I feel like I don't know, that's awkward positioning, leaning to, soreness, aches, pains.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason I asked you earlier how your wrist was is because 2 days ago, yes, my wrist started hurting out of nowhere. So I was like, I wonder if Wallace is getting better because my wrist fucking hurts.
How much writing have you been doing?
Not even a lot of like writing. I've been doing a lot of research.
Oh, okay.
So I have been on the computer like scrolling more than usual.
What's your position?
But I was like, I feel like it shouldn't hurt this bad, But anyway.
What position are you in?
I have the like, not desk. What's it called? The lap desk thing.
Mhm.
So, and it has a little hump for your wrists.
Oh,
So
okay.
theoretically, I'm in a good position, but
Yeah.
I guess not.
Is it possible that that hump is what's causing you discomfort?
Oh, possibly. I don't know the correct ergonomics of things.
Either. That's why I wanted to have that's why I wanted to have this shop talk, because I'm like, this is also kind of a sprints and troubleshooting too. Like as people talk about the things that lead them to discomfort, I wanted that's kind of what question 2 is going to be, is like offer advice or like show off your number one like tip or trick. And I've got several to talk about from my from this past few months of or a few weeks of experiencing significant
Okay, I
discomfort.
can't wait to hear them because I'm like, do I need like fucking carpal tunnel wrist band thing? Shit.
Honestly, yeah, there's something to it. Okay. Well, okay. So my next question for you, Devesha, is, so you're saying your biggest one that you notice is you choose to write at night, which affects your sleep quality, which affects your general mood.
Yes.
And you are currently dealing with a wrist injury. I just want to open it up to, are there any other writing related discomforts, not like from a emotional standpoint, but like physical discomforts that you've had in the past?
Physical discomforts. I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
Okay.
I never have my brightness up particularly high. Like, so I never really get screen headaches.
Yeah.
Because of the screen.
Right. That's a good one to call out though.
So yeah, I think that's the big one for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if you think of any more, please share them, because I kind of want today to be like everybody's just talking about all the random stuff that happens to them. So if someone else is experiencing it and they haven't put it together that it's because of writing, they can be like, oh, maybe that's why that's also happening to me. All right. Thank you, Devesha. I'm going to look at some of the answers from the audience and then I'll go to you, Katie. Amanda said, how's my internet, by the way? I switched over to my extension. It's okay? Good. Okay. Amanda says, I don't have many injury causing habits, but I will stay up late writing during writing challenges, because if I miss even one single day, then I give up. So sleep deprivation, I guess. So Amanda, but my question here is like, how often are you doing writing challenges? Because I think and I'm not a doctor, but like in terms of like kind of pushing yourself through a challenge and stuff like that, like that's, especially if it's a short-term thing, like if it's a weekend, like a 24-hour relay or something like that, there's that element of, this is the writing challenge. This is kind of the point, is to kind of push yourself and see the limits that you're capable of. Or do you find that you're doing challenges frequently enough that it's leading to chronic sleep deprivation, which is like a legitimate issue that I think Devesha was touching on, of like, not that sleep deprivation during challenges isn't, like, that can be seriously uncomfortable. It can take a while to recover. I remember the first few worldwide write-a-thons where I was trying to stay up for all 24 hours. My sleep schedule was shot for like a week after, to the point where even if I got 10,000 words during the worldwide write-a-thon, it wasn't technically worth it to me, because then I wouldn't write for a week and a half after, because I would be so tired, kind of like out of it, like mentally in a fog. So even short-term sleep deprivation has a massive effect, but long-term too, that's really critical, because sleep is so important for your body. So let us know, how often do you think that you are experiencing that level of sleep deprivation? Dawdling Writer says, oh, I like straightened my posture as soon as I saw that. Slouching, dehydration.
It's not worth it.
Writing in a dim room with no blue light blockers, not standing up and stretching every hour, all bad habits. I'm trying to be more mindful of them. What are the effects of not doing these? Because you're saying you're trying to be more mindful of them. So first of all, tell us the way that you're being mindful. Like, do you have, just talk about your ways of being mindful. And also, what do you think the combination of all of these things ends up leading to, both in your daily physical ease? So when I say like, does it lead to dis-ease? I'm not saying disease. I'm saying like dis-ease. and also, so how does it affect your daily living, and also how does it affect your creativity having these habits? Fair, Miranda. But also I'm not sure if that's totally true, because I feel like, well, anyway, you know yourself, but that's fair. Procrastination. But again, how does procrastination lead to injury or physical discomfort? Because I think procrastination is one of those things where, like, it's one of those things that starts off as an emotional discomfort, but that can eventually manifest as physical discomfort if it goes for long enough. But yeah, let us know.
I'm sorry, I just had a revelation. I was like, what have I been doing in my researching? I've been handwriting. That's probably why my wrist hurts.
Yeah. No, that is a revelation. That is a revelation. And have you been doing any sort of stretching or anything?
No. Just cold turkey.
Totally.
Pen to paper.
Totally. Hi, Bunny. I love her just staring at us, participating in the stream. That she's so cute.
She loves to kind of lay in my lap like this.
Yeah.
So cute. I'm happy she's doing it now, because she started doing it and we're just chilling.
It's so cute. Froggy says, it's mostly looking down at my laptop. Yeah, like this kind of thing, which if I'm writing too much leads to neck pain. So I'm thinking about getting a laptop stand and a Bluetooth keyboard. Oh, those are both great thoughts. How long does your neck pain last, Froggy? Is it a thing that, if you do like hot packs or something, does that help? Or are you more of a medication kind of person for muscular pain? Also, I do not stretch nearly enough. I know I've been realizing, this was a joke that I was saying after my injury. I was like, I can no longer rely on my, like, the vitality of youth to just like, like, I got to start doing proactive, like, mitigation techniques. Niamu says, I was given an orthopedic office chair that actually gave me.
Oh shit.
I stuck it out too long because it was a gift. Oh no. And swapped it out for footrest I can sit cross-legged on. Maybe sounds odd, but goodbye back pain. Yeah, man, that's amazing. Good for you for addressing it. Like, I totally get that guilt feeling of being given a gift and feeling like you need to use it, and the idea of the guilt that you have about getting rid of something that was a gift. I'm really proud of you for acknowledging that, your health and stuff and your physical comfort overpowers that obligation of a gift, and hopefully with the understanding that the person who gave it to you would not want you to be in pain, right? So really, truly, the real gift is not putting yourself through that pain. So good for you. I'm really glad you don't have back pain anymore, because back pain is so distracting. I mean, almost all pain is distracting, but I find back pain particularly. Wendy says, I sit in my chair too long and don't move enough, and will sit with my head, in like a bad position too long, instead of just moving to a properly positioned setup. What does a properly positioned setup look like to you? Amanda says, not super often, usually just Nano and camp in the past, but now that Nano is dead, I struggle to write at all. Oh no. So are you someone who really thrives on a challenge? Amanda, can I suggest a 75-day, not 75-day hard, but a 75-day challenge where you set goals for yourself and try and follow through with them all for 75 days straight? I found it particularly helpful. Wendy says, on wrist pain, get a vertical mouse. Vertical mouse made a world of difference for my wrist pain. It had gotten so bad I had to switch to left-handed mouse, but the vertical sideways mouse fixed it. Oh wow, how cool. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. Claire says, I sit down for work as a freelance writer, and then I sit down to write, and then I sit down to read. So I'm going to buy a walking pad for beneath my desk. And this is a great point from Paris, that like there are a lot of bad habits that might not be leading right now to injury or discomfort, but long term it's like a failure to not take care of yourself. That's not the right phrase, but it's going to lead to long-term effects. And like a sedentary lifestyle of the writer is one of those, where if your motion is lotion, right? And if you're moving and doing good stuff for your heart and things like that, I think that's important long-term to acknowledge. Motion is lotion. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, trying to take as much time away from my phone, laptop, TV when I'm not working, writing is helpful to decrease eye strain. That's the biggest issue because I get migraines quite easily. Yeah, Katie can acknowledge that, and on a very lesser scale, I also can empathize. Wendy says, as an aside, I didn't count the ergonomic things that exist because I can't afford it right now because that isn't really a habit. That's legitimate. That's legitimate. Yeah, that's fair. Vertical mouse is getting a yes from Anna. Froggy says, usually neck pain isn't too much of a problem because with school and life, I don't have time to write enough for the neck pain to manifest, but I just had 3 months where I did not do much but write. And so there were a few days where I needed a break from writing to give the neck a break. Laura says, I have the posture of a little goblin. Yay, sitting in a hole, especially while writing. Goblin mode. Yeah, I'm getting into stretching and strengthening my upper back and shoulders. It's fun. Anybody with any stretching routines or suggestions, please feel free to post them in the cafe today and just say like, in your comment, just say regarding sprints and shop talk and, tag it with like stretches for back, stretches for wrist, stretches for anything. Cause I think it'd be nice. I do want this to be kind of a collective brainstorming thing today for people who might be dealing with some pain. And then for them to have the resources to look up how to help themselves. Jackie says, it'd probably be writing late into the night, spending hours in front of a computer as both an author and technical writer and copy editor. So I've been trying to take more breaks from the screen. What does that look like to you? Are you doing like bigger breaks in the middle of the day, or are you doing like 10 minutes every hour, kind of walk away, get some fresh air, come back kind of break? All right. And I've caught up with the comments. So Katie Ann, what are habits you have as a writer that lead to injury or discomfort, and how do you address them?
I have very similar habits as every other writer. I also love to slouch like uncooked shrimp and write for hours on end. I also have the really bad habit of not eating. If I get into like a writing groove, I forget to eat, I forget to drink, I forget to like do literally anything. I'm like really in a thing, like hours can go by without me noticing. And then it's like 4:00 and I still haven't had anything to eat. So, which is obviously really bad for your body. And it's really bad for your metabolism, for your gut health, for like every system in your body.
Yeah.
Like it's really bad. Obviously I've had carpal tunnel in my left hand and to some extent my right hand. I also currently am dealing with back injury, which is not really like 100% related to writing. I think it's more related to walking on concrete and doing like walks. And I've had back injuries in the past and other injuries because I played sports. I walked the Camino. Like there's just a ton of injuries that I've had. Hold on, the woman would like to be here for this. So I've got to adjust her. There she is. She leans back into me when she wants me to do this to her. So obviously, like there's a lot of like injuries that happen that I definitely exacerbate because I have really bad posture. And I sit for hours on end without moving. So I address them not well.
Yeah.
I usually like to find gizmos and gadgets rather than make actual change in my life.
Gizmos and gadgets are fun. I've definitely been in the gizmo gadget vibe this week.
Sometimes gizmo gadgets are definitely things that can work and help you out, but ultimately like lifestyle changes are going to have to happen. And some of them I'm just like, it's just the way it is that I'm just going to have to take like, time off not doing the deep work.
But it's also like, it's kind of frustrating on your behalf. I'm frustrated for you that like the back pain seems to be caused by a lifestyle change you were making. You were going on these walks and trying to be like again, motion is lotion, but then that it seems to be a result of that you've hurt yourself, which is unfortunate. And like, that's not fun or fair.
I just have a lot of old injuries that flare. I've had back injuries in the past. I literally went to Katie Lore. So here we go. Hold on.
Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, first name, backstory stuff.
Backstory stuff for me. school, I threw my back out of alignment and I went to the doctor, and one of my legs was shorter than the other one. And then she was like, yeah, that's why your back hurts, because one leg is literally being like, your spine is literally out of alignment. So ever since then, I played tennis, and that's on hard courts. That's asphalt that was literally spending hours and hours and hours running on. I ran in high school, or jogged, was a jogger in high school, not running on treadmills. I ran outside. So like, I just have a ton of injuries, like my shoulder injury. I have a left shoulder injury that I never got fixed because I was retiring from playing tennis by the time it like really got bad. So like, I have a lot of injuries and old injuries that both are affected by the fact that I do try to make lifestyle changes. They flare up.
Right.
And also, they do not feel good when I put like a dead shrimp,
Right.
or an uncooked shrimp for 8 hours a day. So yeah, addressing them is just, it's trying to find balance. That's really what I'm trying to find is like, I can't walk 2 miles every single day. So I try to do it 4 days a week. I try to do it less time. I try to get better shoes. I really should be getting into stretching. It's just a lot of it, there's only so much I can do as well, because there's so much barrier to entry, because I have so little energy anyway.
Yeah.
That I have to save some energy for doing my actual job.
No, that's fair.
So it's a balance act.
How do you think, though, these injuries affect your ability to do your job?
I think they affect it probably, well, I think I've had them for so long, and having dealt with also chronic illnesses for so long, that I have just built within myself an inner resilience and an inner determination and just absolute sheer bullheadedness to get the job done anyway, to work, because I love the work. Like, if I didn't love the work, I wouldn't do it. Right. And if I didn't have the resilience, I wouldn't do it. So like, these aren't, unfortunately, not new things that I'm dealing with when it comes to injury and discomfort for like when I'm writing and stuff, that like I've pushed through without getting a paycheck. And now I'm like, it's actually slightly easier because I am getting paid to do this. So
yeah,
can push through.
And I know that you know this, but like a lesson I have very recently learned is that eventually that pushing through is, you're going to hit a breaking point and you will be forced to stop. And it actually, for how long it has taken my hand to start feeling decently better, like I still can't open a can of olives. I can't have my girl dinner right now, and stuff like that, because I have very little grip strength, because that hand and arm and wrist are still healing. But they are healing, which is good. But they're, if you continue to push yourself without addressing it, you could reach a point where it's not something you can heal from without like actual medical intervention. So, I think it's good that you feel you have that resilience to go through, but also recognizing that often resilience is just another bad habit sometimes. So,
yeah, that's true.
But
like it's a balance. It's a balancing act. Like, how much can I deal with? And I also like, I've talked about this before. I have an incredibly high pain tolerance. So like, I probably should be seeking medical attention, but my pain tolerance is so high that I'm like, it's fine. I can deal with it.
Yeah, it's fine. You can deal with it right now, but are you going to be able to deal with it after years of not addressing it? Of just dealing with it?
Yeah. Well, I feel like dealing with it sometimes is addressing it. Like, like my dealing with it is not just like pushing through and not doing anything about it. Like, I'm doing things to help mitigate things. Like, obviously, trying to walking is still good for you. It's good for, mental health, and, also supposed to be good for other aspects. Like losing weight would probably be helpful to a lot of the things that, or like having better muscle strength around the areas that are bad.
I was going to say that like you can live a healthy lifestyle, like through, like there's a ton of research and data that shows that it's less about your weight and more just about the lifestyle that's being lived, and like to like integrate healthy habits and things like that. So
but I think in my case, in my own personal case, doing some of the stuff, losing some weight, not a lot, I'm not saying, or like even tracking it, I'm not even trying to do that because that's a rabbit hole I can't go down, but like, having just more muscle tone, less fat on your body, like that will ultimately help you, even if I also have to take it slowly. My journey is slow.
Yeah.
because of all these injuries that I've had for, I don't know, how old am I? 26 for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Started playing tennis and started, being an athlete. I'm no longer trying to be an athlete.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that definitely, it's a slow journey of trying to figure out what I can do on certain days. I'm very used to knowing how many spoons I have, what I have energy for, what's going on. Like, I've been chronically ill for over half my life.
Yeah.
15 years. So I think for me, the addressing of it is more like,
yeah,
just a day by day, week by week basis. And also depends on what my workload is. Because obviously right now my workload is much different because I'm not on deadline. And I'm currently developing ideas. So a lot of the development is not tippy tapping, is not typing, is not spending hours and hours and hours writing thousands of words. It's a lot of brain work and stuff. So I'm able to take care of my body more than if I was on deadline and like I have to sit at my computer and like write. Yeah. So that also changes how you affect your injuries and stuff.
Yeah. I do want to highlight this from Wendy. The high pain tolerance is a sneaky enemy because it's hard to know when you need to not tolerate it. And then also I wanted to highlight this from when I actually went to PT, it helped immensely. I haven't had issues since, but it did help. This is so funny. So my mother messaged me because I've been saying like, oh, when I get back to Colorado because of my injury, I'm going to like seek out physical therapy and all that stuff. But right when I got back to Colorado, that's when I had like some pretty bad days as I was getting settled in, but then things have started to feel better. And so of course I went into that classic state of, well, if I'm going to just heal, I don't need physical therapy. And I think my mom knew that was going to happen because she messaged me yesterday and she's like, by the way, when you're next home, I'm getting you set up for this appointment and stuff like that. And I'm honestly really grateful for it because I do think like in the same way that I'm going to highly encourage everybody who, has mental health, a mental health journey, which is literally everyone, right? Even if you are great in your mental health, you're still on a mental health journey. I think everybody should have a therapist. And honestly, I'm starting to think that especially people in careers that have a lot of repetitive motion, I think if insurance covers it, physical therapist is also an important element to keep yourself healthy, even if you are currently like not dealing with a massive injury, but just even touching in with a professional who knows how the body works can give you advice. Cause like, I just always think about John Green, who literally gave himself arthritis from signing the first edition of The Fault in Our Stars. Like that repetitive motion, like threatened his career. And we didn't even think about it, right? Like, because we're writers, we're not medical people. We don't think about the way that this is actually gonna have a long-term effect. And so having a consultation with someone who is a medical professional and you can talk about what your routine and your habits are like, and they can give you feedback about what is, so true. And I recognize that that's not an option for a lot of people. And the internet is full of information that's accurate and information that's highly inaccurate. And so that's why, but if it is an option, I would highly recommend it. But I also know that it's really hard to go out and do on your own. So be like, hey, can someone make me an appointment? Because that's what happened to me. I was going to just not do it. And now it's being forced upon me and I'm really grateful for it. Becca says, PT saved me. The exercises and stretches I learned, I use on a daily basis when I get any kind of flare up. Becca, what are some of the flare ups that you deal with? What are some of the issues that you have, just in case anybody else in the chat also has them as well?
You know who would be a good person to talk about this with?
Who?
Lindsay. Lindsay, where you at, girl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lindsay.
So good for this. This is funny. My stupid Samsung keyboard tried to change pain to possum. Amanda says, that's what I'm working on at the moment. I have severe disabilities and chronic pain, and I'm trying to lose weight just to be easier on my joints, since every extra pound is extra joint pain. I know. Moms for the win. Seriously. I just want to make sure I definitely did miss some comments. I'm sorry, guys. So author Jessica Berry does a lot of setting reminders. And I like that. And I like having built-in chill months, which that's, I think, the habit I think I need to start incorporating into my annual calendar, where I've got writing months and then chill months where I'm trying to not be on the keyboard too much. Yoga with Adrienne and Kay Emmons both have yoga routines specifically for writers that I like. If you feel up to it, feel free to share those in the cafe, or maybe like, do we have like we have a reference section, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So put those in the reference section, actually. I'm not sure. Wendy says, that's what I need, someone to make the appointments for me and push me, but I'm that person for everyone else, and I let myself fall to the wayside. I think that's really common for people who are caregivers themselves, that they don't take as good care of themselves as they take care of everybody else. Hubby is the one who sets up my appointments. Yeah, that's so nice to have a partner who can do that for you. Since I'm using my laptop more, I'm trying to walk more at my standing desk. The co-working space I go to has walking desks, and truly they have been magical for me to get at least one 45-minute walk in every single day that I'm there. Okay, I'm going to quickly answer my own question, and then we can jump into our second sprint. So I used to think that my habits were more mental and kind of like Miranda, where it's procrastination, things that would cause or emotional distress that could then lead to physical distress. But the reason I came up with this Sprints and Shop Talk is because for the first time, I am dealing with a work-related injury. Call OSHA, everybody. When I was working on the first draft of About You for, the winter and springtime, I would do maybe like 5-hour days, take a day off, another 5-hour day, take a couple days off. And so it was like really not sporadic, but like not repetitive. And then starting with the 75-day challenge, I was doing 3 hours a day with 2 days off a week. But then in August, starting August 1st, from August 1st to August 31st, I was writing 7 to 12 hours a day. And it was almost pure drafting words. And I took no days off except for one day when I had a migraine. And not to the 31st, because I actually finished the book on the 26th or 27th. So, but almost over 3 weeks straight, I was doing repetitive motions in goblin position in my bed. I mean, if you guys were watching my 75-day challenge, I have a very alarming shot that I even call out, that I set up the camera and wrote for a little while. And then watching back, I was like, what the hell? Like, that's what I look like. That's what my hands are doing. And I, really, really injured myself. I went to a massage therapist on Sunday to have him look at my arm and like feel things and feel what's going on. And basically he said, I thought I had tennis elbow. I actually have golfer's elbow and a swollen wrist, like carpal tunnel. And also my shoulder is really messed up. So my entire right side is just really stressed out right now. And it's from that incredible, like just pushing through it, right? Because I started to feel the pain. My body started to complain on the like 15th of August, I think, or something like that. And I kept going for another 10 days to the point of extreme pain and discomfort. Golf instead of tennis. It must be worse. I think elbow is on like the inside and golf is on the outside, or vice versa. I forget what it is, but basically he touched one part of my elbow. He's like, does that hurt? And I was like, no. And then he touched the other and I went, ah! And he was like, yeah, that's golfer's elbow. Yeah, Froggy says, I saw those poor bits. What? When? oh, when I was doing that.
On your yeah.
Yeah, Froggy was like, I was in your bedroom looking at your wrist. When did you see my wrist up close? Yeah. So
Froggy is in your walls.
is the like manifestation of Spirit Steve. Becca is saying, if insurance doesn't cover physical therapy, there's a YouTube channel called Bob and Brad that have shown pretty much everything I've ever learned. Fantastic recommendation. Thank you, Becca. Yeah, so that was just a bad, I mean, it's tough because like at the time I was so proud of myself for being in the habit of like being able to just hunker down and get the book done, right? Like I was saying, I was powered purely by delusion, and delusion got me there. And I was really proud of myself too, kind of almost in a toxic way of powering through the pain, because I was like proving to myself I'm resilient, I can do this. But now I can't really brush my own hair. I can't open up a can of olives for girl dinner. I have to have somebody come over and help me lift. Like I made brownies with a neighbor last night and she had to lift the jug of oil. She had to do all this stuff because I'm getting better, but I'm not 100% and still throughout the day have intense discomfort. But also it's just inability. Like it's not just pain, it's weakness. By the end of most days, I can't grip this pin in my right hand, right? And it's September 10th. So this pain started August 15th. I pushed through it from pure adrenaline to get my book done. And then my arm completely gave out. I mean, Katie Ann came to Michigan and was with me during my my just past finished my deadline days. And she saw the way I had to have my cousin brush my hair for me every night. She saw like my inability to do stuff, to lift grocery bags, to do all this stuff. And so I'm not saying it as a way for like to get pity. I'm almost saying it as like a cautionary tale to people who are like, I need to just push through the pain to get something done. If I'm really sitting here thinking about how I should have behaved or how I'm going to behave in the future, for how am I going to address it? Because the way I addressed it was I just pushed through, and I was like, this is resilience. This is me being a professional writer. I'm getting it done, even though I'm in pain. I'm not going to baby myself. I'm not going to coddle myself. And now I'm dealing with significant injury. Right. And, that is like affecting my ability to live my life. And so in the future, how I'm going to address it is I think I'm really going to have a limit for, I'm not going to work more than 3 hours on writing, 3 hours a day, especially because I have another job that requires I be at my computer quite frequently to writing emails and stuff. So I don't think I will write for more than 3 hours a day. And I will force myself to take 2 days off a week to give the wrists and everything a break. Which that's going to affect a lot. That's going to affect the validity of deadlines in the future. That's going to affect my ability to get into the flow, right? That's a huge thing for me. I love getting into a flow state for writing, but I don't love not being able to take care of myself, right? So I think these are, go for it.
I love the fact that you're going to change the way you work. First of all, I'm not trying to dismiss that. To go back to gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah.
Have you, are you going to change anything about the way that you're writing to also help that? Absolutely. Because I think having an ergonomic keyboard, sitting in a nice, in a good chair for your stuff, taking more breaks,
I think for me, for the most part, my agent Slack. So I am my agent. I have all my agent siblings and I were in a Slack together, and I was detailing everything that was happening to me because, of course, if there's one thing a girl loves to do, she loves to yap. So go ahead and you can play the sound again. But
blah, blah, proper name, place name,
backstory stuff. Yeah. But so I yapped to my agent siblings, and one of them is a yoga instructor, and she sent me YouTube videos of that she has done herself for helping writers. And so I think that's something I want to incorporate, is having as part of my writing ritual, not just, ringing my bell, but also to start the writing ritual, doing some wrist stretches, some shoulder warm-ups, other things like that, and then doing the same as a cool down. But I really think for me, the stretching and stuff is important, but I think really it's about you. It's about sorry, what am I trying to say? Bulk of things. I'm losing my words here, but it's about repetitive for so long without breaks, really pushing myself and recognizing the lesson I've learned here, that actually that level of pushing myself was very unhealthy, and I was misinterpreting it as this amazing physical feat, right? And granted, I mean, and I have learned that lesson before, right? When I walked the Camino and I sprained my ankle on the 4th day, and then I walked another 400 miles, right? And then my ankle still, it has not recovered from that. It is way better. I can walk a few miles a day and not be hobbled the next day. But for a year, if I walked more than 3 miles in a day, I could not walk on my ankle the next day. And so there is, this is a great, recommending Victoria Aveyard's podcast episode where she talks about treating her writing as if she's an athlete. And I think that is something that writers need to take into account, is that this is not just a creative career. It does take a physical toll. I mean, I think most careers do. And I think it's something, that's why I want to do a shop talk about it, because I think it is something important to consider. Neon Moon says, so maybe you need to brainstorm ways to enter flow state before you start writing, maybe auto dictation, brainstorming, browsing Pinterest, a quick walk and think. I love that, Neon Moon. That's so smart. The height and angle of your arms at your desk is so important as well. Yeah, I know that, but that, to me, my creative flow is goblin mode in bed. That's why it's hard for me, because that's why during my last 2 weeks of drafting, I was in bed for 8 hours a day, because that's when I'm slightly vertical. This is the position I was in, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
like this.
So maybe you need a lap desk.
No, like, and again, these are all
Yeah.
things, gizmos and gadgets, but I truly think, the main issue was the bulk of it. Like, I think if I had, and I'm not saying like, I think daily stretching is great and stuff like that. I'm just saying I need to reanalyze what I just did, because that month-long writing sprint, like I was writing 8 to 10,000 words a day for 3 weeks straight. And sometimes they were rewritten words. Sometimes I would scrap everything I had written and start again. Like it's not like I hadn't started the book. Like I've been writing this book since December, but it was it was a lot, and I need to recognize that, especially as I get older, it's not sustainable, and it's not something I should strive for. I should try and build up my system where it's more of a slow and steady race, rather than like a walk, rather than a marathon. Like it's like a Camino rather than like a 100-kilometer race, I guess. So anyway, are people ready to go into the second sprint?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for your fantastic participation in the first question. Let me take away the question. And happy sprinting, everybody. All righty, let me remove that. How did you do, Miss Kitchenette?
I spent most of that sprint with Bunny laying on top of me fully, so not much got done,
Okay.
and she just moved. So I just tried to do some reading. I pet her, listen to music. Yeah.
That sounds very peaceful. Does having her on you exacerbate your injury at all, or not really?
Sometimes. Depends on where she lays and how she lays and if she adjusts her weight. Right now she's laying on my legs, which doesn't hurt, but sometimes she, and if she's like laying on my arm here, like if she's here, but if she like moves to like lay here, yeah. But I'm not gonna push her off because I love her too much. So
you also should love yourself, and she'll recover from.
I love her more. So
okay. Devesha, how was that spent for you?
Pretty good. I had another idea that I had to write down, so that's what I was doing. I was eating these little pumpkin coffee cake bites.
ooh,
Yay. My sister got me lots of little treats yesterday, and I'm like, oh, it's not late enough in the day to justify like breaking out the gummy candies and like caramel stuff, but I'm like, oh, I want to. That was so bad. But we're
like, little pastry bites, maybe.
Oh,
it's always a good time for a pastry.
That's so true. How is yours? Is it good?
Delicious.
Nice. Awesome. And my sister, I showed her the dream message, which she was highly amused by. And then we spent most of that sprint prepping because we're going to a family wedding. And we were showing each other our outfits and, doing a lot of like accessory planning and stuff like that. So that was fun. Girly pop time. But then my arm started to really throb. So it is back in the sling. So I stopped using it for a little bit, which on that topic, Anna, okay, where's Elsa? Anna said, really bad going work from home in 2020 with no setup. Unfortunately, the thing that healed it most was an accident. Oh, brutal, with a box grater, landing me in a splint for 2 weeks and not using my hand. Honestly, terrible, but good advice to just stop using it. When you have an overuse injury, stop using it. And I need to tell myself that a lot. Also, standing desk plus lowered keyboard drawer. Phoebe is here. Hi, Phoebe. Welcome. Lynn says, plus a standing mat, an ergonomic keyboard, and mouse. Just the ergonomic mouse was a game changer for my golfer's elbow instead of a laptop built-in trackpad or normal mouse. Yeah. And he says, I have a warming wrist wrap that is more for arthritis, which I don't think is a computer use injury, but is very soothing and helps get mobility when things are really stiff. That's so smart. Jessica says, I did nothing but watch YouTube and eat chips and queso. But Jessica, you had said you were taking a chill day too. So that sounds lovely. I think Jessica said that. Froggy says, I was beta reading for a friend, managed to get through one chapter. Amanda took my lunch break and made some lunch, chocolate, protein, oatmeal with peanut butter. I edited several paragraphs. That sprint went fast. I have already started in on the candy corn, even though it's not remotely falling over here. I love that. Get into the mood, get into the vibe. Moon says about 500 words, not my best pace, but we're making progress. You're doing great. 500 words in half an hour is 1,000 words an hour. You're going at a great pace. Stop using it so hard when it's your dominant hand and you're right-handed. I know it is so hard. It is so hard. And actually, so my initial question too for the Sprints and Shop Talk, we have already started to like touch upon, people are giving some great advice. So I did do an addendum to it. I'm combining question 2 and question 3 because I don't think I'm going to have time for question 3. I think after this, we could maybe do one final cool down sprint and then it would be the end of the stream. So this will be our last Shop Talk portion. But so it's a 2-parter. And if you feel like you've already answered the first part, you can just answer the second part. And I'm going to admit that the second part is a little manipulative of me. And so you are welcome to not participate if you don't want to, but I highly am encouraging people to. So what is a gizmo that works for you? That was what question 2 was going to be. And then what physical care goal can you commit to between now and accountability? And if you're going to put a goal, I'm telling people now, in case you've forgotten to go and update the accountability sheet. And in your self-care goal, even if you've already made a self-care goal, amend your self-care goal for this month with an additional physical care goal that we talk about today. And specifically one that is addressing kind of the first question of habits that you have in your life that lead to injury or disease. Okay, and I'm gonna throw the question to you first.
Yeah, my favorite gizmo
Yes,
is, in fact, my ergonomic keyboard.
love it.
I love her so much. She genuinely is the reason that my carpal tunnel does not flare up, even though I write tens of thousands of words. Even though I wrote 4,000 words, 5,000 words for like 2 weeks straight for book 2. Like, it's truly a game changer and allows me to have days, because occasionally I'll have days where like other physical ailments will happen and I have to lay in my bed and I type on my regular laptop.
Yeah.
But because I use my ergonomic keyboard so much, using my laptop keyboard doesn't, like, it mitigates the effect of using my laptop keyboard because I'm not using the laptop keyboard all the time. So if I still have to work, like, it's great. It's my favorite thing in the entire universe. I love her. I would die for her. She is everything to me. I need to check out this vertical mouse.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued by that. I've never even heard of that. So thank you all. Yeah, I think that's my favorite gizmo. I also have, in terms of like, it's not, I guess it's a gizmo. I'm thinking about the definition of gizmo. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Irrelevant to this conversation is I have ibuprofen gel, which I just recently restocked when I was in England. And then I also have like this essential oil blend, like heat cream, like Icy Hot basically, but different brand, but essentially Icy Hot, that I use on my hands and on my arms and my back and stuff and shoulders and things that when it hurts. I'm trying to think of any other gizmos. I think those are my most used gizmos.
Nice. I love them all. And yeah, you've been pushing me to get an ergonomic keyboard for a while now, and I think I'm at the stage. But it's so funny because I did this gizmo buying day the other day where I bought like ice wraps and all these things. And then I was telling my family about it. I was like, yeah, I've got all this stuff coming. And they're like, what about the ergonomic keyboard? And I was like, God, I forgot.
I know. You were talking about your gizmos, and I'm like, how did you not buy the one gizmo I have been evangelizing about for years?
I think
Which, honestly, I was evangelized by Victoria Aveyard. I cannot take credit for the ergonomic keyboard thing. She was the first person I saw use it, and I bought it because of her. So
I think my toxic trait is that, you know this about me, but I love to perfectify. And the ergonomic keyboard, if it's really going to become this like consistent part of my daily routine, I need it to look cute. And there are no cute ergonomic keyboards that I can find. Like, they're just black and bulky. And I'm like, I really want something that makes me feel cute. I know.
Here's my point, Wallace.
Yeah.
That sling on your arm pain, all that, not cute.
Clock it.
You're not wrong. I'm not saying like I'm never. You've been held accountable. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But again, I'm not perfect, right?
You're gonna have to cutify it yourself. Like, if that's really so important to you, you know?
Or maybe
like,
there's one out there that's cute. That's my thing, is that I can find one that's out there. It's cute. I just have to put in a little more work.
You didn't.
Oh.
Again, one more time. Thank you very much.
And that concludes the comedy show.
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness. It's going to be literally insufferable, everybody. I hope you're ready for the next 4 years of trouble.
We've been prepping them because we're insufferable without the soundboard. I think this adds to our charm.
I mean, I love it, but I'm not sure externally it's a great look for us, but it makes me laugh, and that's what matters.
What?
That one makes me laugh every time. Wendy agrees. I love it. It is so fun.
I literally said this. I was like, this is what I've been wanting on StreamYard for years, because there is a soundboard on Discord called.
Yes. And we abuse that too. Yeah.
We abuse it so much so that everyone mutes. I haven't used it in a while because everyone mutes it. But now I can make you guys have the soundboard, because you can't fucking mute the soundboard.
Well, they could mute StreamYard. They could stop coming to the stream.
If they would have already.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, Katie Ann. Question 2
Yes.
within this question. Question 2, subsection B.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what, like, I always struggle with things like this. And
Okay.
this is also a slight tangent, but relevant, Your Honor,
Yeah.
of why I don't really love the 75 Hard Challenge or like
Yeah.
things like that. Because
Yeah.
I am it is difficult for me. I'm not gonna say I'm incapable. It is difficult for me to maintain all the same habits and routines every single day. And when it becomes like a task that I have to physically check off of a list, it somehow becomes much harder because it's no longer just this integrated part of my day that I do. Like, it's something that I'm thinking about. And so it's taking up mind space, and that mind space is hard to, like, it's taking up a spoon, basically, when maybe if it was just a thing that I did and where it wasn't tracking, I would just do it a lot anyway because it's just something I do, but it's not like a thing I'm trying to track and keep in my front of my brain. So I struggle with physical care goals like this because, to me, and I know this is not how you mean it, but sometimes with accountability and things like this, my brain thinks, oh, it's something I should do every day to help myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is always a hard goal for me to commit to because of who I am as a person. So I'm unsure of what physical care goal I should commit to because things may also change.
Doesn't need to be daily. Doesn't need to be daily.
But I don't know what outside of things that are daily. I'm struggling to find something that I could commit to help. Like
Maybe
care goals to
you
commit to.
want to make yourself an appointment for your back or something like that.
I'd rather.
Who was that? Was that Tanisha?
Nope.
That was amazing.
That's when I fired at me. So.
Yeah, got it.
No, that was a shot fired at myself.
I don't know. Does that sound like a decent one-time thing? It's not a thing you have to do every single day.
Why do you think I put the gunshot?
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm reiterating so you can't completely deflect your humor.
I mean, I could, but like, again, this is my toxic trait coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, it's not bad enough for me to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'd rather try to fix it myself than pay the money to get it fixed.
Well, Katie, I mean, I'm just going to say this, right? Like, maybe within your life, it feels manageable because of your life. But like, if somebody who like has a job that they have to go to, or they had small children or something like this, you're basically incapacitated. You've been lying in bed for several days. Like, that is definitively bad enough to go to the doctor. Definitively.
What would you tell your mom if this was her?
What would you tell me?
I would tell you to go to the doctor.
Right.
I know.
We get it. You hate yourself. Make the appointment.
Yeah. Or make.
I also hate making appointments. Like,
okay, Katie, I didn't say what's a goal that's gonna be super crazy easy for you to fulfill. I'm saying what's a goal you can commit to between now and accountability, and we'll.
And I don't know if I can commit to it.
Well, maybe it's a way of we can get it done together. Like, this is a thing you want to get done between now and accountability. I'm not saying you have to have the appointment between now and accountability, but maybe this is a thing like you tell your mom, hey, Mom, I'm really struggling, but I think would you help me make this appointment? Or maybe Devesha and I could do some research for doctors in your area, or because I know you're also struggling with your doctor right now. So it's like, yeah. But I know. I'm sorry, Devesha. I phrased that as like sexy singles in your area, but like
no, it wasn't even that. It was my brain just went black pink in your area. Sorry. Anyway. Also, not every appointment is a phone call. Like places have online appointment booking things.
I know. Yeah. But it also like it's the fact that like then I'll have to go to the appointment and I'll have to like have things, and then they're gonna tell me things I need to do to fix it, and like
yeah,
it's such a hassle.
The
appointment. Guess what? In the same way that this isn't cute, being bedbound for months at a time because you're not taking care of your back is also a hassle.
It's
I'm
like
not
going to the
really
dentist.
bedbound.
No one likes going to the dentist, but they do it because they don't want the teeth to fall out of their mouth. You gonna tell me you haven't been to the dentist yet? God damn it, Katie.
No, I've only been to the dentist because my mom forces me to go. Truly. She's
So,
like,
but
you're coming to the dentist with me.
maybe that's what you need. You're expressing that it is a large mental load, even though it's just one task. There are all these smaller steps that make up this one task. And I'm acknowledging that. I'm not trying to diminish the mental load that this will take on you, but I'm saying that we as a community can co-opt this. Like your mom will want to help you with this. Devesh and I can help you with this. We can help get this done.
Does she go to physical therapy? Because I know she's had some like she had a back surgery and stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She had what is it, cortisone shots? Yeah. And that really helped. She went to like different things. And that's what I'm thinking. Like my back is truly not even like, and I know whatever, it's not the Olympics of injury, like,
right.
you know, but
right.
like her back was like head and shoulders beyond what mine is. Like I can still, speak of the devil and she shall appear. She's currently calling me. LOL.
Put on speaker.
Yeah. On agree with me.
No. I know. But anyway, hold please, because she's probably going to feed the dogs.
Tell her what we're talking about so she can agree with us.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Okay.
Well, do you have her mom's number? Text her, Wallace.
Yeah.
Hit her up on Duolingo.
Well, Devesha, do you want to talk while Katie's on the phone? We can, or actually, because I want to give you your time. I don't want to just revert back to Katie. I'm going to go to the comments until Katie is done because I want you to be able to have time and be focused on yours. So where was I? Yeah. So Jessica is confirming that today is just a chill day for her. So it sounds like you're having a great one. Neon Moon, we will do a cool down sprint just for you. It won't be painful for me. Don't you worry. Jessica loves her ergonomic keyboards, footrest under desk for making sure I sit properly. Honestly, a footrest is such a thought as well. And he says, already mentioned the mouse. It's the number one. Also, laptop monitor stand that will let you bring the monitor to your neck. Physical care goal. I'm trying to get into the habit of a 30-minute walk at least 4 days a week. Okay, Jessica, my statement to you right now is that since you've said this, I would love if you went and updated the accountability sheet with this physical care goal and then come back and comment that you have indeed updated the accountability sheet. So that way it's on the accountability sheet. Wendy says, I want to find a mechanical ergonomic keyboard. What does that mean, a mechanical keyboard? Like a typewriter? Where like
a clicky clacks.
Like a gaming keyboard.
Oh, okay. Amanda says, I can't really answer this because I'm in need of gizmos as well. That's fair. But Amanda, what about the second part of the question where what's a care goal? Like not necessarily gizmo goal, but a care goal you can commit to. Neon Moon is laughing at me needing a cute keyboard. Yes, I know it's silly. Amanda says, one thing I'm hoping to get, which isn't really writing related, but life related, is a riser to put on my dryer so I don't have to bend as far. Oh, that's super smart. Neon Moon says, this shop talk has encouraged me to get up and move more during writing. Yay! I guess my gizmo will be my curated list of 45-minute music. I'll try to walk around the house after every song. I love that, Neon Moon. Yes, I love it. That is so good. Be glad we can't also use them or comment with GIFs on YouTube. Oh my God.
God, I've wanted to comment with GIFs so much.
Wait, I want that so bad now. That's a necessity for me emotionally. Lynn says,
at this point, we should just be on Twitch.
Yeah, I guess so. A tie between my vertical mouse and foam roller for my back. I use them every day. Also, a stool is adjustable height and very hard to go goblin mode on a stool. Keeps me aware of my posture. Oh, that's interesting. Because this is my problem though, is that I feel like if I'm physically aware of myself, I can't go goblin mode. And by can't go goblin mode, I can't fully envelop into the story. And that's kind of my toxic mentality that I'm trying to get out of, because actually what was really interesting was when my wrist was so painful, but I still had several chapters left to get done, my wonderful sister offered to transcribe for me. And the first night we did it, it was like pulling teeth. It was so painful. I felt like I couldn't get a mental connection to the story, even though I was looking at the page. We were in a collaborative document. And so I was looking at the page while she was typing and I was speaking out loud. And she was so patient with me. It wasn't like she was getting frustrated by me taking long times to think or anything like that. But I just could not do it. And then we did it again a few days later and it went a little better. And then we did it again and it went a little better. And then when Katie Ann came, she transcribed some stuff for me and it was still slow and stuff, but I felt like I was able to start entering into that creative space quicker. And so I think honestly, such a good care goal for yourself is questioning your own personal mythology, right? Of like, and you kind of touched on this earlier, Katie, where you like reframed your phrase of like, I am incapable of doing something. You're saying it is difficult for me. And I think that's such a good reframing. Because the more I'm like, oh, sorry.
Mama eyeballs?
No, that'd be crazy if it was. No, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have looked at my phone while I was streaming in the middle of a sentence too. Hilarious. But what was I saying? I talk a lot. So I just do myself out. The personal mythologies that we have about ourselves and like this idea where I'm incapable of getting into the flow if I'm having to be in good posture or anything like that. Like that was my first thought when I saw this comment of, but goblin mode's what gets me there. And is that true? Maybe it's a muscle I need to build. Like as I build my back muscles with good posture, I'm also building my muscle of being able to get into my creative flow in that posture, right? So that's, I think, another care goal we could all potentially consider is question our personal narratives that we have about ourselves. Medina says, I have a wrist wrap because I also paint for hours. And since my wrist is flaring up, art is on hold. And for writing, I dictate. I'm glad you're able to make those adjustments. If you get an ergonomic keyboard, you can change the keycaps to make it cuter. Thank you, Wendy. This is why this is a great like collaborative topic because I didn't know that. And now that's one more barrier for me that's been taken down. There needs to be a service that makes appointments for you. Hard agree. I will commit to taking a break for a walk around for 5 minutes 4 times a week. I love it. Update the sheet, please, and comment that you've updated the sheet. Unfortunately, having a body is such a hassle. To be a spirit floating through the desert, like just along the wind.
Corporeal.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It always feels like a medical snowball that keeps rolling and getting bigger with more and more things. It can be thinking about the overall huge process of just even the first step. Sometimes it's better to just break even the first step into tons of tiny little steps and then focus on that first tiny little step, which might even just be opening up your computer and Googling like physical therapists near me or something like that, or sending that first email to your doctor of like, I'm having back pain. Do you have a physical therapist you could recommend? I can commit to continue with my weight loss progress, but I can't really add anything at the moment. I already have a doctor appointment scheduled, walking every week, lower calorie goals. Fantastic, Amanda. It seems like you are already on track and you just keep going and we'll cheer you on as you do. Fidina says, it's just that hospitals are so untrustworthy. I'd rather more a chiropractor or a massage therapist. Oh, that's interesting. I have a lot of family in the medical field, so I'm not fully aligned on that statement, but I totally recognize that is, I also have a lot of family who almost exclusively go see chiropractors. And I went and saw a massage therapist before I've seen a physical therapist. So I do believe that like they are, if you're with a good one, that they have a lot that they can help you with and stuff too, before you need to go to hospital. One of you get texted. Yeah. These things can slowly deteriorate. Yep. Updated immediately. Oh, great. Fantastic. Thank you. It helps with taking care of myself if I think about how it shows others that it's okay to do so, even if it's not that bad, like trying to be a good role model and not gatekeeping, seeking help. I agree with that as well. Ladina says, same loss. I also took time to get into dictation, but now speech for me is a whopping 50% of my workflow. Oh my gosh, I love that. Excellent. Updated accountability first care. Oh, yay. I'm so proud of everybody. Awesome, Katie Ann. So I'm not fully letting you off the hook. Where are you feeling right now with this conversation?
I have to think about it. I think I just have to.
I worry though that you thinking about it is you procrastinating. If you really don't want to do make an appointment, I'm just asking you about a physical care goal between now and accountability.
I just don't know what the physical care goal will be, because again, thinking about it as a care goal makes it harder to do for me. So if I'm doing the things that I already am going to be doing, like I'd rather just do them day by day than like assigning, like it sounds so stupid, but there's just the idea of assigning it as a goal makes it feel so much larger than it actually is if I just let it be. and did
What
it
are
anyway.
some things that you would like to let it be this month then?
Well, I would like to get back to my walking. I would like to do some more stretching. I'm still using, the anti-inflammatory cream, and I have some gizmos and gadgets of my mother's. I got like the massage roller ball thing that your cousin had. I have that on a small scale.
I bought one of those. I was like, I can't
so
live without
nice.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with her. She's heated. I have a heating pad,
Yeah.
So things of that nature.
Okay. Is there like does calling something a task is that the same as calling it a goal? Like not this repetitive thing that needs to happen, but just one item to complete. Is there any language I can use that is helpful for you?
I don't believe so, because I've tried multiple different languages for some. Even that, when it feels like something that I need to check off, like it feels like a check off list. And that is when I don't know why, I don't know how, and I don't know how to fix this. If anyone has any advice. What are you giggling about? What?
I'm so sorry. Unimportant.
But I want to know.
You said check off list, and my brain went Chekhov's gun, gunshot.
Gunshot.
That's a good one.
That's funny.
Anyway, yeah. So just like I've tried to use different language, and that's why I think the habit building things never end up working for me, because they just feel so like it feels too much like a list.
But again, I'm not asking about a habit.
I know, but all of that feels like that because in order for me to say that I've committed to it in accountability and be like, yeah, I did actually do this for accountability. I was held accountable for this. I did this thing. Look at my here is I thought about it every day, and I did it for these days and this many days a week. I did this and made sure that this happened. Like then it becomes a full thing in my brain as opposed to just letting it be water that flows. You know what I mean? Like, does that make any sense? Like,
yes, I'm understanding you, and I'm trying to find a way where we can find middle ground. What if instead of adding something to you that like a task that you need to complete, what if we reframed it as a thing you will remove, like a lack of something that will help you?
Okay. Like what?
And you've already dissuaded this, but like, for example, if Bunny's laying on you in a way that's uncomfortable, you gently remove her, something like that. Or like if you like, this isn't something you do, but if you were drinking a ton of caffeine at 5 p.m. and it was making you stay up late, and like Devesha, you're having sleep difficulties, you're like, okay, I'm going to hold off on caffeine at a certain time. Or like, is there something in your life right now that is, or like a scrolling like reduction, or something like that, where it's not a task you check off, it's a thing you reduce, but not to check off. Gun. I love how I said that's my least favorite one, and it's the one we've used most. So American of us. Truly.
How American, yeah.
Yeah, damn.
We're the only ones who are allowed to make fun of our trauma.
Oh my gosh.
That's a joke, everyone.
Remove 5 minutes of sitting still.
I think that especially right now, and like Katie, honestly, Katie, your self-care goal could literally just be allow yourself the time to rest and recover from this back injury. That's just allowing, like, it doesn't even need to be a check off list, a check off gun. It's an allowance, a thing you allow yourself to do.
I'm not going to beat the dead horse. Sorry. My head was like, reaching for the software.
Something you allow yourself instead of feeling like it's a check off.
No, I like that better. I think, yeah. Like, I don't know what it would be for like specifically, like, because I want to keep it focused to the physicality of it. Because like I could say, oh, like I'm not going to scroll on TikTok, but like that's a mental health thing.
Totally.
More than a physical thing, because like if my thumb is fine, like it's not. I'm not scrolling enough that my thumb hurts. So I think what it would be.
Do you think that there's something you do outside of the walking that exacerbates the pain that you're in physically right now?
I mean, yeah, sitting at my desk in the way that I sit at my desk is not fantastic, hence why we're here. We did recently, okay, so one of the things that exacerbates my back is we have a couch downstairs that's like, it's not broken, but it's broken in. Because we obviously, you saw, we allow the dogs on the furniture. And so there's a lot of dog like jumping on the couch, and so the couch's support is broken down. And so we moved a different chair into the den for me to sit in, as opposed to that couch, because that couch sucks. So we did do that. So I am able to sit downstairs and not be like in pain.
Have you been having any urges to continue sitting on the couch, or have you been pretty much doing? Okay, so
because the couch is uncomfortable, so I didn't want to sit on it anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. That's no fun to think that.
No.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry, Amanda.
Well, why don't you think about it a little bit more?
Let me think about it, and you guys, let me think about it.
Devesha, let us know Gizmo, but I know we've talked a lot about Gizmo, so if you want to go straight to just a physical care commitment, we can just do that. It's whatever you want it to be.
I don't know if this counts as a gizmo, but I have a back brace that I work out on occasion.
Oh, do you? Is that for posture?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, when my back hurts from like standing all day or something.
Yeah. How often do you use it?
Not very often. Maybe like twice a month or something like that.
Okay. Do you think you would benefit from using it more frequently, or is it only something you put on when your back is already hurting? Do you ever use it proactively?
Yeah, no, I only use it when my back is already hurting.
And is that something that you could wear to work, or would it hinder your ability to do your job?
No, I could wear it to work.
Would it help?
Well, I don't think it would be a big hindrance. Maybe a little hindrance, like bending and such. But I don't know if it would help in that setting.
Okay. Because I was just thinking about like you're on your feet a lot at your job, and so that's a place to potentially.
I don't know what physical care goal that I can commit to. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to think about more deeply.
I'll chat as you think. Because I've got my little gizmo that I want to show off literally just arrived yesterday. So I can't actually give it a star rating yet, but I tried it and it was so fun and so helpful, because when it's not my elbow that's hurting, because sometimes it's not just my elbow or my wrist that hurts, but it's like literally the like areas between my knuckles that stretch down to the wrist. They ache so bad. And even like into my fingers, they're like a throbbing extends into my fingers. So I ordered this hand massager that you put your hand in, and it heats, and it has like different levels of intensity, and it like compresses and like squeezes tight and then releases and squeezes tight and rolls up and down your hand. And I did it for like an hour yesterday and it felt so good. I can't actually like be like, definitely go get this though, because who the hell knows? This might actually be damaging, but that's a gizmo that I'm playing with right now. And then a physical care goal that I'm trying, I mean, I am actively trying, like a lot of September is about trying to recover, which is frustrating, right? And that's why it's making me reflect on my writing process moving forward, is because I had wanted my September to be very free and like relaxing and stuff. And now, unfortunately, a lot of my brain power is going towards how to take care of my injury. But certain things that I've done is I went and saw a massage therapist. This is not something I've done, but like I said, I have family members who are helping me get medical attention, just because this is something that I want to take very seriously. But a physical care goal that I can commit to between now and accountability, which is in like 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks. I'm trying to think if I want to do a goal or if I want to do like a task. And by goal, I mean like a habit versus a task. Oh, you know what? I think I want to commit to a wrist stretching routine, but and I'm trying not to like overdo it, but like with an optional pair of also an ankle stretching routine, because I've been meaning to get into an ankle stretching routine ever since I injured my ankle on the Camino. And just for strengthening it and stuff like that, because my ankles just roll so easily. And now each time I roll an ankle, it takes longer and longer to recover from it. So I think maybe first thing in the morning, like before I'm allowed to have my cup of coffee, like tie it to that task of like, as I'm getting ready to have my coffee, I do just a few minutes, like not even 30 minutes of stretching, but like maybe 4 to 5 minutes of wrist stretches and then 4 to 5 minutes of ankle stretches, and for the next couple of weeks, and see how that goes. So I think that is what I will commit to. I'm going to get it on the accountability sheet. Oh, Katie, will you put it in the private chat? I'm sorry. Because I can't put it on that point, unfortunately. Thank you. And was that enough time for either one of you to have any follow-ups on the second part of this question?
No.
Hold on. I have secondary. Oh, I've already finished both of my things, but I will finish 75 hard, and then I will add my additional. Oh, I can't type. Is anybody in the can update it for me?
Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm near the bottom. I'm number 18. In finish 75 hard, and then in parentheses, will you just put, I'll say to doing it in the next 3 weeks, I'll say to try and getting it done 10 times, 10 sessions of ankle and wrist stretching. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you to everybody who met me with the request for the physical care goal. Again, it is not truly, and I know I like push Katie pretty hard, but like it's truly not something that anybody needed to do. I just felt like since we were here, and again, obviously it's done out of a place of like really it is the right thing to do, but obviously people can choose to participate or not, and it's a decision. But I really appreciate everybody who made those goals and is meeting me on that emotional and commitment level. And yeah, we're going to do one more sprint. Specifically, I believe it was Neon Moon, but it's going to be a cool down sprint. So it's just going to be 15 minutes. And we're going to do the Winter Woods timer because that was what was being suggested. And it's beautiful. So
It's pretty.
Get that added to the stage. Let me remove the banner. Enjoy the cool down sprint. I hope everybody has a productive cool. I just muted myself. I meant to start the sprint but I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. there's your cool down.
Are we on an airplane?
What? Are you on an airplane?
It sounded like you're on an airplane. It's gone now.
Maybe
There's
it
lots of,
was maybe it was because of the stream also playing the song, like the timer. I don't know. But anyway, thank you everybody. That's our 3-hour mark. That is our Sprints and Shop Talk, and theoretically there will be another one next month as well, because I really doubt I'll have my edits back. So yeah, any final closing remarks? How did you do on that 15-minute sprint, Katie Ann?
Choked on my own spit.
Yeah.
My gosh, it's as if my body was shocked that you asked, which is crazy because we do it every time. It was good. I sent some email stuff about art, and then I'm working on my posts for this month because I've kind of fallen off on posting, and I was supposed to have all of my posts done for the month, and I didn't. So that's today.
Awesome. Devasia, how about you? Loving the hair, by the way. It looks so good.
Thanks. I was doing some brainstorming,
Nice.
and then I heard a sound from upstairs. Something dropped, and I should be home alone. So then I got scared, so I went and locked my door, and I've just been like keeping an ear out.
Wait, you haven't resolved the situation?
No, I locked the door. That's my resolution.
I'm scared for you. Could you text somebody?
I mean, there's kind of nobody to text.
Like,
It's
your
okay. I don't know what it
sisters are
was,
home?
but it's fine. There's nobody here.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared for you. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to move on from this.
End the stream.
In the stream.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. Neon Moon got more words, really starting to cook on this chapter. Fantastic. What if, oh my God, I'm that's so great. Oh my God. You should play that and make them go away. Like make that sirens make them go away. Fought with my AirPods because the right one refuses to charge. So fun things to figure out after the stream. Well, I wish you all, everybody luck. Thanks everybody. As a carpal tunnel girly, best shop talk ever. That makes me happy because I was a little worried this was going to be a like hyper specific one that maybe not many would relate to, but awesome. Thank you for joining me, ladies, and for answering the questions and for engaging with me in this discussion. I hope everybody has a fabulous week, especially as the weather really starts to change all over. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can go into the cafe and talk about what like my little teasing was earlier, and we can chat about the philosophical differences in emoji use. All right.
Dale.
And with that, bye.